At 18 years old, he did not have a bedroom. He did not even have a couch to sleep on. What he had was a backpack, a bus pass, and nowhere to go. He thought this was the end of his story, but it was the beginning. This story takes place in a quiet part of the United States, where life usually moves slowly and nothing unexpected ever happens. Most people believe life follows a simple path. Finish school, get a job, build a stable future. But for one teenager, that path disappeared overnight. No warning, no second chances, just homelessness. At 18, he grew up in a working-class family. Nothing luxurious, nothing extreme. His parents worked hard, paid the bills, and expected him to do the same one day. But behind closed doors, things began to change. Arguments became louder. Silence lasted longer, and eventually home stopped feeling like home. One night after another fight, he heard the words he never expected. "You cannot stay here anymore. No savings, no plan, no support." By morning, he was homeless. He slept wherever he could, sometimes on a friend's floor, sometimes riding late buses to stay warm, sometimes nowhere at all. He washed his face in public restrooms, kept all his belongings in one backpack. He avoided mirrors because he did not want to see what his life had become. But every morning he did one thing that surprised even himself. He went to work. The job was not special, minimum wage, long hours, no future promised. Most people would have quit. But for him, this job meant survival still. It was never enough. His paycheck disappeared into food transportation and the occasional cheap motel room. He listened as co-workers complained about their lives while he quietly fought to keep his. Then one day, something small happened. Something easy to miss. He overheard a customer complaining about a problem that no one seemed able to fix. It was a simple problem, but everyone had learned to live with it, and for the first time in months, his mind stopped thinking about survival. It started thinking about a solution. That idea followed him everywhere, on buses, on park benches, on sleepless nights. He wrote notes on receipts, sketched ideas on scrap paper. He doubted himself constantly. Who was he to solve anything? He did not even have a home, but the idea would not leave. So he took a risk. He spent almost his entire paycheck on basic supplies, tools he barely knew how to use. If this failed, he would have nothing left. The first attempt failed. It broke. It did not work. He nearly gave up. But instead he tried again and again. Then one night alone, exhausted and ready to quit. It worked, not perfectly, but enough to prove the idea was real. He showed it to one person, then another. Some laughed. Some said it would never work. Some said no one would ever pay for it. But one person did not laugh. They asked a question that changed everything. "How many of these can you make?" Orders came slowly at first, then faster. He reinvested. Every dollar slept less, worked. More years passed. He moved from sleeping on buses to renting a room to opening a small workspace. Mistakes nearly destroyed everything more than once. But he learned, and one day something unbelievable happened. He hired his first employee today. That same teenager employs more than 200 people. Not because he was lucky, not because someone saved him, but because when life took everything away, it left him with perspective. He knows what it feels like to have nothing, so he built something that gives others stability. This story is not about money. It is about momentum, because sometimes the lowest point in your life is not a punishment. It is preparation. If you enjoy real, silent American stories like this, subscribe for more. There are thousands still waiting to be told.